Welcome! E aí, galera, beleza? Bem-vindo à nossa comunidade.
Welcome to our community.
Hey, what's going on, guys? It is OGC here. Welcome to today's video. In today's video, we're going to be doing a requested video with the one and only Taint, and this video came from the comments of the previous video when we did the hero tier listing with Taint's thoughts and opinions for him and his perspective of the game, which was awesome, by the way. So if you guys want to request a video with Taint and myself to get Taint's opinions on whatever it is, let me know in the comments of this video and we will pull one out. I think we have a special plan for next week. I can't give anything away yet. However, today's video is going to be centered around the comment from Russell. And Russell said, how about talking about which heroes are best for which hero mastery? For example, Arcane 8 for Avril, Arcane 4 for Rufio, but there's a lot of others and we have no idea what would be best for many of them. So this might not be the one-size-fits-all for everything, but we will get an opinion from a player who's had a lot of experience with the hero mastery, so he'll probably talk about why he's doing it for himself and maybe offer in some thoughts and opinions for everybody else. So with that, let's welcome Taint to Taint's video.
What's going on, guys? How you doing?
Awesome. So we'll jump into the hero mastery stuff. And for the hero mastery stuff, I guess we'll start off with Arcane 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. So we have Nora for 2. It looks like geez, these skins are gonna throw me off. It looks like we have Rufio for 4, Ophidia for 6, and 8 is Avril, and 10 is Varian. So do you want to walk us through why you chose these heroes for each one, and maybe there might be other alternatives out there for other players?
Yeah, I'll go over it. So I picked Nora for the magic damage and attack speed. The magic damage part is irrelevant because her prism doesn't get boosted by this. It's separate from the hero itself. So the prism and the hero have separate damages, so the prism won't be affected by it. But the attack speed is what I wanted, so that's why I have it on there. I couldn't think of another hero that I had with magic damage that would be relevant here that isn't already somewhere in the arcane tree or already has two other hero masteries, and there's not a whole lot of other attack speed based heroes that I care about as much as Nora.
Awesome. And for the tier 4 Arcane, I think that's the one that is very well known for Rufio. Is there any other option other than Rufio?
Not that I'm aware of. It's pretty much like the default. It says tier 4 place Rufio here.
Gotcha. It is almost in the description of the actual hero mastery as well. For tier 6, we have Ophidia. Well, why Ophidia in tier 6?
So the stronger she is, the more damage her snakes do, and then also she's also just a house when it comes to damage. So each unit that dies boosts her magic damage. And she's a great DPS hero.
That's amazing. And then I see Avril for tier 8, and this one seems like another no-brainer. What's your thoughts with other heroes, maybe like Raxius for tier 8 as well? Is that something that other people could do if their mage research wasn't high enough, or is it just Avril or nothing?
I've seen people use Raxius, and I think that's perfectly fine. I prefer Avril because she's got a little bit more range as far as where her blizzard hits, and it lasts longer. And as things move into it, they get hit. I have the stun set on her, so they get stunned, and then they get burned, and then they get slowed from the ice. And the fact that she has 6 active abilities, well, 3 that you can use twice, so I can lead with a blizzard. Because if you get the blizzard off immediately, you might not place it in the best spot, but you can put it right in front of her. So that'll trigger the codex while she's actively casting blizzard, so she's not stunned. So then as things move forward, you can hit them with an ice wall, stun them down, and then place another blizzard on top of that, and then usually wipe out an entire power side.
That's just disgusting. And for tier 10 for Arcane, we have Varian there. Is that human specific, or what else could go for Arcane 10?
So Arcane 10 is definitely, for me, is race specific because I get to resurrect twice, and I have my copy troop artifact on him, so I can copy my troops twice. So that's big for siege, getting extra damage without having to put out extra range troops. It's kind of useful in PvP, but usually I don't reflect twice in PvP. I use other skills. But I've seen people put Bazric here. I've seen people do Raxius, but that affects his lantern cooldowns, so it's not very good. But yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen a whole lot of different variants. I've seen a lot of Bazrics for tier 10. I'm sure other people use other things depending on what their races. I mean, you could do Dingy and do like double meat dumpling, which would be pretty good. There's a lot of options. It basically says get to use any skill twice.
Yeah, that's huge. So, let's move on to Rage. So for Taint's Rage, we have Myra for Rage 2, Nora for Rage 4, Bazrix for Rage 6, Rufio for Rage 8, and for Rage 10. That's a skin that I am not familiar with. Is that Sazeo?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I don't think I was around for his skin. It actually looks pretty cool. But before I get sidetracked, for all of these heroes, why did you choose these heroes for these different positions in the rage category?
So Myra's for the attack speed, and she does physical damage also. But again, it's just for attack speed, so I can try to get her abilities to trigger more often because she's got one that says every so many attacks it like splits and does something else. So I put that there, and then I didn't think there's anything else I wanted there.
Gotcha. And then for the tier 4 rage, we have Nora. Is this is the tier 4 one? Does that also give the attack speed buff?
No, it's range +5, crit rate, and crit hit damage. So it makes it so Nora can hit from the back line basically without having to move forward much, and you don't have to sacrifice like a trinket slot or an artifact slot specifically to boost range.
Gotcha. And then for the tier 6 with Bazrix, is that pretty standard for Bazrix?
No, I've seen a lot of like different variables here. Like I've seen people put Bane here. I've seen Jax here. I've seen some people who don't have 8 unlocked yet put Rufio here because his first basic attack to hit each target deals extra physical damage equal to 200% of the attack. So back in the day before people had the tier 8 rage, they would put that on Rufio and hope that he would jump in, slam, and then use his chopping blade to kill a dragon because it'd be plus 200%.
That's wild. And then for Rufio on tier 8, is this a definite kind of like a tier 4 arcane for Rufio?
Yeah, I think I can't think of anything else you would put here. The plus 20 might makes all of his abilities better, but then he gets 12% physical penetration effect while dealing physical damage to a target, which is everything, and it can stack 4 times. So as he's spinning and slapping everything with his sword, he keeps stacking it on. So when his Leo Pride goes off, if they're under like a morale boost shield or reflection armor shield or origin stone or whatever it may be, it'll over penetrate through that and kind of cut some of that defense out.
Gotcha. And then the Rage 10, if I remember correctly, and I'm sorry guys for people watching at home that I can't just scroll through this on my phone. I'm not high enough castle level to actually see hero mastery in the game. So I wasn't going to ask Taint to send me 25 screenshots plus these, and it's way too much stuff. So tier 10 for the Rage, is that the one that powers up over time and then the hero just becomes more and more beastie?
Yeah, so attack and attack speed plus 3% at each attack can be stacked 20 times. Saizo has really fast attack speed, so it gets ramped up very quickly. You pair that with the Devastating Strike Prism and the Shuriken artifact, and he can drop dragons. He can drop Rufio real quick. Like, he's very good.
Let's go to Zayo. So for this next one, we are now into the protective category. And for protective 2, we have Denji. Protective 4, we have Virian. Protective 6, we have Solaris. Protective 8, we have Balrog. And protective 10, it is Bane, I believe. So we'll start off with protective 2 with Denji. Why Denji? And are there other options?
So the protective tree is basically all of your tanks, and you can interchange them how you want to based on who you like more, or like how they fit in your racial like balance for your whatever race you play. in your formation. So this one is max health and evasion plus 17.5%. Dingy's one of the more squishy of the gladiators, but he's got better damage. So I figure giving him more health and evasion will help him stay alive longer. So that's why he's there.
Gotcha. And that makes a lot of sense. And it should be interesting with that the tier 2 protective with the new Vine Shield or whatever, because that offers a ton of hero evasion as well. So those might actually be able to pair pretty well. And for the protective 4 with Varian, Y Varian, and yeah.
So for this, I play human. This is a racial thing. So like you could put a different gladiator here if you weren't playing human, or another support hero that's like somebody you need to keep alive for whatever reason, like Azul if you're Lich, and so on and so forth. But it says when Varian has less than 40% health for the first time, any damage received will be decreased by 50% and it lasts for 20 seconds. So this gives him a really good window to take that damage. This will trigger before his personal shield will trigger, his life's guard or whatever. So this will trigger, then that'll trigger, giving him like basically 100 plus like damage resistance and gives him time to heal back up to full without getting like killed.
That makes a lot of sense for him. And then it's actually pretty interesting to see Solaris up here. Granted, my experience with him is he just gets headshotted by a dwarf sniper, but he still buys time. So why do you place Solaris in the tier 6 for protective?
Well, he's like a super tank, so every 10 seconds he shoots out an icy mist that increases their evasion by 30% and reduces the attack speed of all surrounding enemies by 50%. Lasts for 5 seconds. So he basically runs into the enemy and just starts slowing them down.
Hey, that's perfect. What more could you ask from Solaris? And then do you want to cover the Balrog and Bane for tier 8 Balrog and tier 10 Bane?
Sure. So for Balrog, this one's plus 20 stamina, damage received from enemy heroes minus 35%, and damage received from enemy ranged units minus 40%. You pair that with, I believe it's Warmaker's main, which also reduces enemy hero damage. It makes Balrog, again, another super tank. He can sit there and face tank so much damage.
Gotcha. Yeah, and that plus the Indomitable Spirit, that's just disgusting on so many levels. And in Bane for 10?
Yep. So every 10 seconds, he gets a shield equal to 25% of their max health, and then taunts nearby enemies for 5 seconds. It can trigger at most 6 times per battle. So he gets basically a second taunt on top of his natural ability. So he's constantly trying to taunt the enemy and draw their focus away. And then he gets, a shield equal to 25% of his max health. And my Bane has like 20 million health. So it's a nice shield.
That's a ridiculous shield. Oh my god. All right, so we'll move on to the Divine Tree. So for Divine 2, it looks like we have Bane Divine 4. Who's that in Divine 4? I don't recognize the skin.
Floris.
Oh, Flora's got a skin too. Wow, okay. So Flora's for Divine 4. Divine 6 is Balrog. Divine 8 is Avril. And Divine 10 is Avalon. So what's the main purpose of the Divine Tree? And then second follow-up would be why Bane for Divine 2?
This is another support tree. It's like making everything more evasive and like heal better and healing received and all that kind of stuff.
Gotcha. So is that why Bane is in there for the Divine 2?
Yep, it's max health plus 17.5% and healing received plus 21%. So paired that with the protective 10, he's taunting everything, wanting it to hit him, taking more damage. So naturally I want him to have a higher health pool, and I want him to be able to take extra healing from my Azure Dragon and from Floris's passive ability and whatever else might be around to heal him.
Gotcha. In speaking of Flores, why Flores for Divine 4?
Well, it's because she has that Requiem ability that passively heals everyone, all your heroes, like every 10 seconds or whatever it may be. So this says units with less than 40% receive double healing efficacy from Floris, so basically doubles the potency of her healing.
Gotcha. Is Ganny an option for the Divine tier 4 as well?
100%. If you're playing Sylph, you would put Gon here because then you can reflect him and it'll work for both. For some reason, it works for both. I don't know why, but the reflected heroes seem to get to the mastery also. I haven't seen anything to state otherwise.
Wow, that's nuts. Belrog for Divine 6.
For the first 30 seconds of a battle, Balrog restores 5% max health per second. Again, it just makes him impossible to kill.
Ultimate tank. And actually, this one caught me off guard. Granted, I have not had a tier 8 hero mastery thing before, so I'm not well versed in them. But why Avril for tier 8 Divine?
Well, so Avril for me is like a game winner. She kills everything. But this one is attributes +5. Get a shield at the beginning of the battle equal to 60% of their max health that lasts 30 seconds, which makes Avril immune to burning, lightning, freezing, holy, and poison damage.
Well, there goes my plan to use a Topaz Dragon just to kill Avril. So I guess I guess Topaz Dragons are not worth it. So the next one is Avalon for tier 10 Divine. Why Avalon? And is this one race specific as well?
No, this one's not really race specific. This is a hero that you want to like hang back and stay next to your support heroes and next to your ranged units. So this one is every 15 seconds, Avalon heals all nearby units by 30%. This effect is halved for heroes and dragons. So he just, he hangs back with his sky totem and keeps dropping it, and all the archers around him keep getting healed every 15 seconds.
Well, that sounds absolutely amazing. Jeez. So this next one is going to be Command. I see a bunch of generals here. Actually, yeah, a ton of generals, if not all of them. So for the command tree, we have 14. I believe that is Talk at 2. No, I'm sorry, Yip at 2. We have Talk at 4. We have Elena at 6. We have Lunella at 8. And Avalon at 10. So what is the command tree like? What does it offer everything? And why do you have Yip at rank 2?
So this is like a support centric tree also, but it's more support towards your troops. So it'll be like, heroes next to troop give extra attack, extra health, evasion, damage resistance, magic resistance, whatever it may be, crit hit chance, attack speed for your troops. It's all like troop centric.
Gotcha.
And then so I have Yip on tier 2. Yip is always next to my archers. And he's reflected normally, so nearby troops, attack, and health plus 15% for 30 seconds.
Very nice.
Pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah, and that one just makes complete sense. And then for Command 4, we have Talk. Why Talk for tier 4?
Just a random hero to put in there, because this one's not proximity based. So realistically, you could put this on anyone, because this is a beginning of battle effect. So the hero could die immediately and it won't matter. It says at the beginning of battle, Talk blesses a random melee troop, decreasing any damage they receive from enemy heroes and dragons by 40%.
Massive. So it's mostly just get it out there, find a hero that doesn't have the hero masteries that you are deploying, and throw that on them. And then for the tier 6 for the command, we have Elena. So why Elena for tier 6?
I have the Solantis staff on her, which makes it like, I think whenever their health drops to like 10%, they get a shield that makes them immune to damage for another 10 seconds or something. But when Elena is on the battlefield, damage and attack speed of all troops deployed plus 20%. So you want this on a hero that you know is going to survive for as long as possible. And my Elena usually doesn't die until I'm getting ready to lose most of the time.
Gotcha. Yeah. So, if the Elena drops, then it might just be GG anyways.
Pretty much.
And then I see we have Lunella, which is the only pet paladin for the command. Why Lunella for tier 8?
So Lunella, her position in basically everyone's formation is usually supporting your stall side, and she's wearing the banner artifact and usually some healing centric or like evasion boosting like trinkets. So she's next to your front line, and then when she takes damage, she jumps back to your back line. So this one is for when she's up in the front, but also helps in the back. So command plus 20, damage nearby troops receive minus 30%, and any damage received reduces enemy attack speed by 30%. So while she's up by your front line, she helps them take less damage, and then everything attacking them gets slowed. And then when she takes enough damage and jumps to the back line, that effect still helps your ranged troops in case there's like a Nora blast that comes in, or they jump a Rufio in, or whatever it may be.
Awesome. That makes a ton of sense. Almost like a dual purpose. And our last one is Command Tier 10 with an Avalon. So why Avalon?
Because he's next to my archers normally. Again, this might be race specific depending on what support hero you use, but most everybody uses Avalon next to their DPS units for most things. But maybe not for Sylph because they really keep him next to their heroes. So you could maybe put this on somebody else. I don't know. But every 10 seconds, Avalon boosts the attack and attack speed of nearby troops by 50%, and it lasts for 4 seconds.
That's pretty massive, especially considering like Warhorn, add on the Sky Totem in the other buffs. That's 50% is no joke. So that is Taint Hero Masteries and the positioning. So for Russell, hopefully that answers your question. Thank you very much for posting in the comments in the last video. Next week we actually have something super special. Taint, do you want to share the idea for next week?
Yeah, so for next week, I've been talking to a couple people, and we've decided it's been a consensus that we should do like a state of the game kind of video where we gather feedback from the community and other people, and I talk to my friends in the game and like various play styles and stuff, and figure out what things in the game that we have a problem with. It could be quality of life, it could be balance issues, and then we make a video addressing these issues, and then we have a constructive solution to provide to Lilith so they can have ideas to either implement change or updates later in the come up in the future. That way we can help them develop the game in a way that benefits the players instead of them just trying to figure things out on their own, because we're the best testers. We play this game extensively for hours and hours.
That makes a ton of sense, and I'm looking forward to being a part of that process. So well, we'll wrap things up here. So remember, guys, if you guys have questions for Taint, or you want to know his opinions with things, feel free to leave it in the comment section of this video. That's the best place where I will 100% be able to see it. You'll probably get featured in the background of the next video when we do it. Not next week, but the following. So with that, Taint, thank you very much for joining us and walking us through your hero masteries.
You're welcome, and by all means, I'm not like the best at this, or like that's not like the must have it this way. Hero Mastery's got plenty of variations and different ways to set them up. So if you've got a better way of doing it, by all means, let me know, because I'm open to opinions and options.
Awesome. Well, with that, guys, please comment, smash the thumbs up button, share this with your friends, share this with your host. Go knock on your neighbor's door, wish them a happy day, and tell them about the good word of the OGC channel. Let's see if we can hit like 6,000 subscribers sooner or later. Anyways, I'm going on too long. Please like, share, subscribe. Have a wonderful day, and I look forward to talking with you guys soon. Take care.